Hello, Redland.farm. Gonna do a different type of unusual video for you here. Actually, it's a lot easier for me because I just sit by the computer and drink my tea. But I had a customer come by for some eggs, and she mentioned there was this farm up north where they have organic eggs for $5. And she was nice about it, and first thing I said was, well, I don't sell organic eggs. And when she was kind of shocked when I said that, but I explained to her that we're not an organic certified farm, and I only sell eggs that I've fed organic certified feed to. So actually, I consider my eggs beyond organic, and I have an ad on Craigslist also. And I'm very specific about the things that I do for my chickens. And anyway, I'll show you. I looked up this place up north, and I don't think the people are being deceptive or anything, but they're not being accurate based on their pictures. They say eggs for sale, free range, organic, all natural, home raised hens, $5. And they have a lot of pictures, and they say some really nice stuff about their eggs. You know, they show their hens, they're on the field, they're in a coop in the nighttime, I guess, with the centralized nesting boxes, which I don't really like. I don't have any wood. I don't want my hens, you know, pecking on some pressure treated lumber or some plywood. But you know, they have trees, and they play with the chickens, get to play with the goats. It looks very nice. I was looking at their pictures, and I just don't go for a centralized coop. I like to move my coops and let the sunshine disinfect the manure that's left rather than let the manure build up. So their pictures were good, and then they actually posted pictures of their feed. So they infer this is their feed, Purina Premium. And obviously that's not an organic feed, because when I started doing my chickens, organic feed was so expensive. I was like, man, my main thing was GMOs, and Purina was one of the ones that I emailed, and they do not have any non-GMO feed. And I've always gone, so I just went Countryside Organics the whole time. I've never gone any other feed. Only organic certified feed here. And I looked up that feed. Let me bring that up for you here. $15 for 50 pounds. My feed is well over twice of that cost per 50-pound bag, and I've got to ship it halfway across the country by the ton. So they're buying feed at less than a third of what I'm buying feed. Well, not a third, but less than half of what I'm buying feed for. And look at what it's got in it here. Processed grain byproducts. Whenever anything says byproducts, they don't even say field peas, corn. They just, whatever they got convenient at the cheapest price, they're putting in there. You're getting GMOs, pesticide. You're getting a cocktail of nasty stuff. So anything that's byproducts, you need to be highly speculative about. And anyway, I just thought it was interesting. They say their eggs are organic, but they put, you know, they actually put a picture. So that's, I mean, it shows they're not trying to be deceptive. When we were buying this place, we looked at well over 20 different farms and, you know, 5-acre properties down in Redland. And a lot of the guys would take me and show me around. A lot of them had established groves. And I would say most of the time, they would talk about it being organic. Oh, this is organic. It's so nice. You go out, you get your own organic fruit. And then they're like showing me the barn or something, and there's all these pesticides and synthetic fertilizers and whatnot. And a gallon jug of Roundup over there. So most farmers and people, they do not know what organic is. And I'm no expert on it. And I'm thinking about doing organic certification, but it's a lot of paperwork hassle, and I can barely keep the paperwork straight for the taxes right now. So I'm not certain about the organic, and I don't like paying all that extra for it, and then they subsidize all these people that get the, you know, all the corn subsidies and soy subsidies. And this one doesn't even say if it has soy in it, but anyway, that was a feed, and that was really surprised me. So I looked at a couple of the other ads, and like this one, they got 30 eggs for $10 in my exact area. The other one was like way far north and not really my competition. So I'm like, if I could get 30 organic eggs for $10, I would actually consider it, because I'm losing so much money on the chicken eggs as it is. But they put no information about what their feed is. It says chickens were fed only organic feed, and they are not caged, and they roam and have their own chicken condo. So it sounds pretty good, but with this information, this is something, if you were going to buy, if you were really interested in, you know, non-GMO, no soy, well, it doesn't say it's no soy, but you would want to go and check this place out and ask a bunch of questions, because this is too good. This price you cannot do. I cannot even meet my feed cost at $6 right now for a dozen eggs. And then there was another ad in there. This one actually could be legit, but they sell chicken eggs for $10 a dozen, and they have a website with the Facebook site with a few pictures. But again, they don't put too much information. So those were some of the ads that I saw, and this one just really, you know, they talk about they got the best eggs, and it's nice they offer you a money back guarantee and all that. But you know, they're saying that their eggs, they put organic in there. And I understand why they do that, because on our Facebook page, almost the only search term that ever brings new people is organic. And I don't put organic claiming that I have an organic farm, because my farm is not certified organic. Because if it was, I couldn't have, most of my eggs do come from mobile pens, but the free range, you can't have free range. You have to have a separate fence for a buffer zone, because you have to have a buffer zone for organic farm, and about a third of our chickens free range around. So that would disqualify those free range eggs right there. And a lot of people who sell eggs that say they have an organic certified farm, if you don't have an organic certified sticker on that egg carton, you need to look into it a little more if it's that important. But the main thing that our farm does is no pesticides, no herbicides, no synthetic fertilizers. You know, I'm very detailed in my Craigslist ad, and some people, it might look like I'm putting too much effort into it, but I put the information that if I was looking for eggs, I would want to find. And I'm very clear, I do no vaccines for my chickens, no antibiotics, no hormones, no GMOs, no soy, and I don't give them artificial light in the winter. I don't debeak or cull any hens. No pesticides. I'm sorry, we got a call coming in here. I don't know, my wife's gonna get it in time. I think she did. No fungicides on the bananas or nothing like that. So anyway, all I'm saying is, when you're comparing eggs, there's no way I can compare with the cost of my feed over double what conventional feed is. So even at $6, we can't even meet the basic cost for that chicken right now. I'm trying to get more efficient. I mean, what I figure is if we could have 100 hens and they could lay an average of 200 sellable eggs for 3 years, we can meet the basic cost, not the cost for like the pens or nothing like that, nothing for labor, but the cost of the chick, the cost of feeding the chick, the chicks that die, and the feed for that chicken, and the egg carton cost. But we've never got close to that yet. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. I was glad she mentioned that, because I hadn't looked at the local competition. And one thing that did surprise me was I thought there would be a lot more egg sellers out there. But I can see why. We've been selling eggs. Well, we started with chickens in 2011. But in 2012, we had them like 6 months. and we had a major predator loss. We had some dogs slip under our fence because in Miami, you know, the ground's real flat, and if you don't have the base of your fence concreted in, they'll find a way under there. And I first started with these mobile large coops, and I would move them every couple days, but I had chicken wire because they had to be a little bit lighter, and the dogs, they can tear the edges of the chicken wire off of the staples and the nails, and they got in there. We lost 60 hens, almost our entire flock. And I figured we had like $25 worth of feed in each hen that got they just played with them and tore them apart. So that's why we went to free range after that for a couple of years. But then we lost so many chickens to the hawks and the eggs. We lost so many eggs, and then the eggs were getting dirty, that we had to go to these mobile pens. And they're doing okay. They're just a little bit more tedious work, and I got to build them and all. But just, you really need to search. This is our feed that we use. We sprout barley sometimes. And the layer feed. Countryside layer feed. And here's their label. And if you notice, I don't know if you can read it on that, but it says organic field peas, organic corn, organic oats, organic wheat. Whereas inexpensive feeds are going to say grain byproducts. And some of them even say animal byproducts. And you're talking like rendered animals and parts that nobody wants. So look into your feed and don't get caught up on the organic buzzword. Talk to the farmer and see if they know what they're talking about. Because a lot of farmers are good intention and stuff, but they almost nobody I talk to understands organic. I was talking to somebody, we're standing in Roundup killed grass, and they're telling me their maize are organic and giving me, I mean, they're giving them to me, and I'm not going to be mean or nothing. Oh, these are organic, don't worry. And there's all this dead weeds from the Roundup sprayed all around. And that is so common. It's just the farmers, a lot of them don't understand organic. I don't think they're intentionally deceiving you, but you need to look into your food and ask every little detailed thing that's important to you. So anyway, I'm not sure how much use this will be, but I just wanted to mention that ad on Craigslist I found interesting. So subscribe to the channel, and I'll get some more action-packed videos with some cute kids in them.